In the aftermath of the raid upon Zabad-Gothel, Mazog sets his strength against Durin's folk, assaulting many key encampments. If the 21st hall falls, then the advantage falls to Mazog's orcs.
If we should fail to defend this hall, our expedition is for naught. The iron garrison will be driven away. Go now and fortify the entrances to the 21st hall. It is there where we must hold the enemy at bay.
Victory is ours this day! Baruch Kazan!
Our defenses are in order. Now, I must tell you your role that you're doing. Go to wherever the battle is hottest. Well, at least that's what they always tell me in these things. I will ask you to defend the barricades as they come under assault and ensure that they stand. To that end, do not forget to unfurl the banners, la 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 la, yes, all the time. However, do not use them lightly because they are single-use banners, yes, apparently. Okay, go forth, my friend, go forth. Pick up banners. Listen to the horn as they come. And find out how well these things are balanced right now, because there have been several little patches here. Many of them changing the balance to how the game works and all. So we'll see whether or not everything I have here is working as intended. If they're trying to make things so that things weren't overly easy at the lower levels, and hopefully not overly difficult at the higher levels. That was a little problem that they were having there. Oh, hello. So far, so good. But one... Oops, sorry about that. One attack from one assault does not answer everything, especially when you start to have the trolls here, because those trolls can be a real pain. Only 2 trolls? Oh. There's a goblin. I just couldn't see the goblin be staying behind the trolls. Ouch, brutes. Especially when you got these crazy brutes here. Ahaha, burglar. At least one thing I don't have to worry about is being silenced. So you'll think that when they silence my character, unfortunately for you, they don't silence me at the same time. That's 2 down. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Good. And we have this because I've ran the other 2 skirmishes prior to the updates. This is my first time running a skirmish on this character around this level since they updated the game and started all their tweaking. Now, the initial tweaks didn't work all that well, but they did have later tweaks hoping to correct those little things. Some things were made things a little bit easy, some things a little bit on the hard side, and if we're lucky, things will be just right, but I have a feeling there'll be a little bit more tweaking here and there. Oh, and let's take care of this guy. There you go. Done with the first assault. And a nice one thing about this skirmish is that you can talk to Wheelie in order to start the next section.
Victory is ours this day! Baruch Kazan!
Or when you are ready. I don't think there was anything there. I didn't see anything about any encounters. So let's head out to the south for the second part of this. And we've got red. We're going to need... Let's plop the red banner down since we've got a duplicate of that one. So we don't need to save that for the boss fight. Now that of course always makes things a little bit easier when you got these things. Oh. Now, I know you really don't have to kill these guys. I haven't quite figured out any real... Now, if they do break the barriers, you do lose marks from defenders, since they count as defenders from the point of view of the game. But it's pretty rare for the enemy to be able to actually break those things down. I'm not even too sure I've ever seen one break them down, except when I was experimenting to see what it takes in order for the enemy to break them down. If the enemy actually hit the thing, usually both of those saboteurs get by and an enemy hit it on top of that. Now, it may be different if you're in a raid or something like that, but in solo, I've never had trouble with it. Now, this is when you're more likely to have trouble because you have that encounter where you may have to go upstairs. Oops. Well, I do have that little problem. So it's rarely an issue. Oh, I managed to get that guy down. Yeah, I can see that I missed him. But at this point, we're at the end of the line here, I think. I think that was the 4th. Yeah. He might get... Then again, he might not get down there because Flax may shoot him down. Thank you, Flax. Let's see. I can at least be able to start off with a whack to the back. A nice burglar action. You're down. You have acquired 12 marks to 2 medallions. And defeated Throkum. Actually, that does sound like a strange thing. An extra elongated U after the Q. That's... Do you elongate a U sound or do you elongate a W sound? Well, that's a... There is no there is no extra vowel after the U. So maybe it's a W followed by a U sound. Throkum.
Victory is ours this day! Baruch Kazan!
That's a really strange spelling. I wonder if Tolkien would have ever used it that way. Oh, that's east. We want to go west. Oops, Daisy. The other way. Throku. Yeah, because that makes it sound like that you want a U sound instead of Q sound, but I don't know if Tolkien... How did Tolkien use Q's in his works? I'd have to go and look that up. Because I would think that there would have to be some sort of distinction in the sounds for it, unless there was some conventional meaning as we have in the English usage, where it's used to signify your KW sound. Something little that we picked up from the Romans, because that was just about the only place where you ever did find a... Well, okay, there were other places, but it was the most common scenarios that they had for your W sound in Latin. Essentially, U's followed by vowels tended to sound like W's. And one of their most common places was with that K. I guess because they wanted to distinguish the KU sound from the KW sound because, I don't know, reasons. They had 3 letters. for signifying the K sound, and they only had one K sound, so they had to figure out something to do with all those letters. And somehow, whoever made the decision didn't think logically, and going back to having C do what it did in Greek, and you sound like a G. So instead, they decided to make it sound like a K and create a whole new letter for G. Why? I don't know. The alphabet is just so full of weird twists and turns, that's all. But I'm sure that's probably true for any natural alphabet. Is there something out there? Oh yes, there is an archer here. And finally, well, he's going to get there all the way, so we'll have to take care of him. We'll take care of the trapper. Yeah. Right. Well, that's done. See, how much damage did this thing take? It took not quite half damage. That's the thing, is that both of them get by, you still have a sliver left on it. Of course, if...
Victory is ours this day! Baruch Kazan!
Yeah. Hurry now, Petronella! The orcs are preparing to attack. Follow me! Yes, I'll follow you. I've done this enough times I almost ran off ahead, which is what I normally do anyway. But anyway, where do we get under that off-the-rails tangent? Oh yes, Throkum. Yes. You're trying to find just a right way to do it. I am going to have to see if I can figure out what did Tolkien do with those things. If you want to know why the Romans inherited three different K sounds, it's because the Etruscans actually had 3 different K sounds. So the Romans inherited 3 letters for K, and the Etruscans are the ones who turned gamma into C as a result of that, or whatever they would have called C, since obviously they wouldn't have called it C, seeing how you didn't have soft C's in those days. At least not in Etruscan and not in Latin.
Victory is ours this day! Baruch Kazan!
I'll complete preparations here, Petronella, in the hallway. If the hallway falls, this chamber will be our final hope for waiting out the siege. Hark! Hear the horns! They come even now. Prepare, 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 and they are coming from the south. Head to the south then. To the south end of the northern hall. Yeah. One of the more confusing instructions that you will see. From the south end of the northern... The south end of the north. That's it. From the south end of the north, yes. How'd you like that little piece of direction? There you go. Good. Oh, did I bet? What did I do? Oh, this way. Yes. Yes, I go out of my way to make myself get lost. Okay, well, I've got a continuous witness thing up, so at least I'm not going to be too far behind. Switch, 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 switch. Hey, I got here. Uh-oh. Whoopsie daisy. Alright, there we go. That gives us one less thing to worry about. Ooh. Oh, can I do you from the back? There you go. And... hello. Good day. Can I get something here? A decent hit, like? Alright, northern end. Okay, I can stay in place. Yay! That'll keep Flax from getting... Where is Flax, by the way? Flax, why are you hiding behind the barrier? There you go. And... come along. We need to fight. Then again, maybe not. I was only kidding when I said we needed a fight, right? And south end of the northern hallway. So back to the other end. I'm beginning to wonder how good of an idea it was to use an archer here. I think I started this character in yellow line rather than in blue line. And I probably figured back then, of course, an archer is natural. Sounds more natural if you're in yellow line since you want the extra damage output. I'm doing well enough without an herbalist, so I shouldn't complain on that. The extra DPS never hurts in that case. Perhaps I am well enough as it, especially since this allows me to have some ranged skills. That's probably the main reason I chose it, of course, is burglars are so poor on ranged skills, especially when they do things like forget the biserrated blades. I know, I always complain about my forgetting that, and I continue to forget it. Let me see, that's an orange. Orange, green, purple, well, it's just one little encounter. Probably don't need any of these things with it. Though it does look, oh. Really? There you go. Standing right at the edge. Well, then we'll just have to deal with this thing. It sounds big. It sounds mean. It sounds terrible. Now, if this were yellow line, I would be using Mischievous Glee about right now. Actually, isn't there a gamble that helps to heal me or something? Oh, where are these things? Oh, the Darklings. The Darklings are still level 50. I wonder if they're ever going to get around to changing that Darkling so that it would be the level of the skirmish rather than level 50. Because it seems to be permanently at level 50 at this point. Broken Wooden Club. Oh. Why a shadow at the end of the world would do that?
Victory is ours this day! Baruch Kazan!
The outlook is foul, Petronella. This horde seems endless, and we are all that remains here. Prepare yourself, for this shall be our final stand. To arms! To arms. To arms, 2 legs, 2 feet, 2 hands. There you go. Alright, that'll help us, right? Now, where's my remove corruption skill? Purge corruption. There you go. Well, it helps to do things like that. Kill him quickly. Knock him dead. Win skirmish. And Weenie survives. Well, it did help that I had 6 banners up. There you go.
Victory is ours this day! Baruch Kazan!
Baruch Kazan! Well done, Petronella. I fear, however, that our victory here is short-lived. The orcs seem nearly endless in number. This expedition is doomed to failure, I believe. It will be years before we are strong enough to cleanse these halls. Ah, well, this is not the time for fear or grief. You have defended this hall for today. Yes, we have. We have victory.
Victory is ours this day! Baruch Kazan!
We owe you more gratitude than can be expressed in words or salutations. The 21st hall still stands, and my folk remain upright to cleanse the filth that infested these slumbering halls. What a day this has been! From retreat and dishonor springs glory and triumph. Let Maza cower before the dwarves of Khazad-dûm. Very well, but yeah, we may have trouble in the long run. Back to the Chamber of Crossroads. Victory is ours today, Baruch Kazad!
We have weathered this storm, but I fear it may not be over.
You have left me speechless, Petronella. With your help, we live to fight another day. But what if the orcs return? And they surely will. We cannot stand against them forever. They are simply too numerous. Simply too numerous. Ooh, what do we do about that? Well, pick up this much improved pair of trousers. That's the first thing.
Bori's assault upon Marzog's fortress ended in tragedy, with most of the dwarves slain and Bori himself taken captive, as well as Ziegelberg. The dwarves elsewhere in Moria repelled, though barely, the retaliation of the orcs against them. But another attack could spell doom for Durin's folk.
That concludes Book 5. But what hope is there for Khazad-dûm? What hope is there for the future? We'll look into that when we return for Book 6 in November in Piney Plays, The Burglar.